The good thing about being sick is that I'm getting a preview of the end of my life. There's going to be a lot of scrolling reels on my bed. That's what I'm going to do till I... That's the future, man. If you're going to visit an infirmary in the year, I don't know, 2060, it's going to be all our people our age on their phone. Because this, you know how sick you have to be so you can't do this anymore or this? You have to be very sick to not be able to do this. This doesn't require a lot of energy or brain power, really. So it's going to be... I see it. I close my eyes and I see just hundreds of beds with people in their 80s or 90s or hundreds. And they're like, ugh. And then you hear the phone just fall on the guy's head. That's how you know he's... And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of the Good Night Podcast.
Hi everybody. Welcome back to our show.
If this is your first time watching, please hit subscribe and follow, and we give you a big kiss on the cheeks. Yeah. My name is Amirez.
I'm Gabriel. Nice to meet you guys. Hello. Welcome.
Gabriel is
welcome.
live from the UK, and I am live from Montreal. To our listeners, thank you so much for listening. Today is another episode where I'm sick, so cheers.
Damn. Yeah, man. Amir is... there's a lot of bugs going around in Montreal. A lot of bugs.
Yeah.
Is it actually?
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I just spoke with Hattie. Hattie has COVID. Sid is sick. Wasim is sick. Everybody's sick.
Oy.
Everybody is... It's either the flu or COVID. And it's rough, man.
It's horrible.
It's rough. I'm drinking. Look what I'm drinking. Let me show you what I'm drinking. I'm drinking...
Gatorade. Powerade.
Gatorade.
Sugar-free lube.
Sugar-free lube Gatorade.
Nice.
Apparently, I need to drink... what are they called? Electrolytes.
Yeah, I love Gatorade. Oh, I could drink that all day, but I don't think they have it here. They have something else. It's called Lucozade. Yeah, it's called Lucozade, but it's not as good.
Yours sound like a medicine. Mine sounds like a gator. Ooh, it's fun. Look, it's made of alligators.
Yeah, or like, it sounds like Michael Jordan juice. You know, like those, that like something sporty.
I wouldn't mind some Michael Jordan juice. So let's see here. Let's see what are the electrolytes. Because I truly don't believe in this. I really don't. But my friend convinced me.
Yeah.
So let's see here. So sodium, that's salt. Okay, I don't need to...
Yeah.
I could just put salt in my mouth. What? Potassium. I have bananas. I don't need more. With chloride?
Yeah.
What am I? What am I, a
Oranges.
pool? I don't need chloride. What is this? Chloride. What is chloride? I think it's to put in pool to make them clean.
Isn't that chlorine? I don't think you can drink that.
In French. And blue, I guess I need the color blue. This is what makes you healthy. But that's it, dude. I decided I'm going to stop being an Arab. I'm going to stop being a big macho man. And tomorrow, I'm going to the doctor. That's it.
What? What is the doctor going to tell you?
I'm gay. He's going to say, Amir, you have AIDS. And that's what he's going to say. No, maybe he's going to say that I need antibiotics. I love the fact that you're against the idea of me going to the doctor. That's my favorite reaction.
I know. I'm still like a Greek munch. I'm like, are you crazy? You don't go to the doctor? Are you crazy? No, you don't do that.
That's so funny because
Also,
everybody
how did you
is
get an appointment.
Yeah. Oh, there's websites you can choose and you can say no. It's pretty good now. You can choose. It's an emergency appointment. You can set your radius.
So when I had,
and then they stretch.
When I had like my hair, like when I had my hair thing fall out, I was like, oh my god, I gotta go to the doctor. And so I went on that site, and it's like, is it an emergency or can I wait? And I'm like, well, it could wait, but should I lie and say it's an emergency? So I said it's an emergency, and I was afraid I was gonna go there, and I'd walk in, they'd be like, "What's the emergency?" And I'm just standing there, and I'm like, I just have like just a little missing hair.
There's like a team of 6 nurses.
And it was weird.
With the syringes.
Yeah.
They're ready. They have the full clothing with the mask and the gloves and the kippah because they're all Jewish and they're there to save you.
Yeah. You know, it's funny when when it happened to me, I told the doctor that like, oh, maybe I'm stressed out because I'm moving, maybe, and all this stuff. And then she's like, yeah, it could be that. And I'm like, what should I do? And she says like, oh, it'll grow in. And then I was like, oh, I should probably get like, some sort of mental help or something. I don't know. I was like, oh, can you prescribe? And they said like, oh, you chances are you can't get that here. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll go to the UK. And she said like, oh yeah, if you go to the UK, the healthcare is way better there. Like a doctor here told me the healthcare is better in the UK. And I was like, you kicking me out of my own country? Like, fuck.
She's like, yeah.
Kicking me.
Go see a doctor on a different continent. Yeah, don't stay here. Get out of here. We need less sick people. Wait a second, Gabe. Wait a second. I might be sick, but wait a second. I can still calculate. When you had the hole in your head, you didn't know you were going to the UK.
Yeah. No, I was stressed that Claire was applying for jobs. And I was freaking out. I was like, oh, because every day she was applying for jobs. I was like, oh, God. And then I was just like sick to my stomach. I was probably from skeptical. September until December. I was no. We literally found out like in December we were moving. So I was like, oh, jeez. So,
okay.
But at that point, I was over it. My hair grew in. I don't care. What's it
your hair
Who cares?
Your hair grew back. It's good now.
Yeah,
it's so like, funny. I remember
so
you didn't want to bring
it. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
You said you didn't want to bring it up on the podcast when you had the whole. You're like, I don't want to talk about it on the podcast. It's too private. I'm like, dude, it's a hole this big with no hair. How about a hole this big with no hair? This is your patch that you were scared about. It's your whole head.
I wasn't scared of the. I was like the little hole represented a lot of like anxiety, right? So like I don't want to bring up all that. Like I don't want to be like, hey, I had this thing, and then you'd be like, what happened, Gabriel? Like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. It would be weird,
Question. I have a question for you. Now you're a man who's blessed. You have great hair. You got your mom's back hair and hair, as your joke says. What would you do if tomorrow you start losing your hair? Would you get a hair transplant?
I would definitely see how much they cost, and like, but then
$4,000.
It's like 100. Oh, and is it good for life, or is it one? It's like, is or do you need to get updates?
Maybe in 10 years you'll need to do it again. Maybe.
Okay, what I would do probably, because I'm saving for the wedding, so I would shave my head, be a bald guy for the wedding, then the next summer go to Turkey.
Oh, so you would be bald for the wedding?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
well, yeah.
Well, it's a temporary.
Because you need like 6 months.
I know it's temporary. Yeah.
But then your wedding photos, you'd have to get married again with hair once the hair grows back.
There's like, like you ever see those Photoshop commercials where it's like they take like a circle and they just circle a thing and then you type in, put in flowers, put in bird, just put in hair. It's like the easier photo. You know that fake Photoshop? It's like Photoshop's not even Photoshop. It's like you put a picture and you type in, make this nice. And that's what Photoshop is now. You don't even, you don't need a fucking professional.
You circle your fiance, make her happy. She's standing there with no hair, and she's like, make her add hair, add a smile. Are you excited? The wedding is coming up, man. It's like what, in 3 months? 3-4 months.
Is it? What's the date? So wait, March, April, May, June, July. 5 months. Okay. Phew.
5 months. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. For sure, I'm excited. We're talking about a lot. Her parents came this weekend for 2 days, And so
Oh.
we're talking about it then, and they were making me excited. I was like, woohoo! Made it sound fun, because they're a fun family, and like the fun side of like my Greek side is all like really poor, so they can't fly over, but my Italian side is all rich, and they're all flying over. But they're the fun side. They like to drink and dance and party. My Greek side, they're all just scared of like just anything. Like they're just I'd imagine they're similar to like Lebanese people where they're like, I can't do that. Are you crazy? I'm not gonna go. Like that's in my heart. I have that in my heart all the time. But I always have to go against my Greek instincts, all the time. That's scared. I'm like
That
yeah,
I don't know if it's a Greek instinct or if it's a poor man instinct.
yeah. I think those two go hand in hand. Actually.
Because when you're
Yeah.
poor, you don't take risks. You're like, oh, I don't want to lose my
Yeah.
comfort. I'm poor. That's the only luxury I
Yeah.
have
'Cause-
is comfort.
Yeah.
You want me to lose comfort? That's crazy. I will never do that.
I
So
know.
what's you with you,
I
buddy?
know.
Tell me about your adventures, man.
So Claire's parents came, and then it's funny. I've been like really good with like my diet. I've been losing weight, exercising every day, and then I'm not drinking. And then her parents come, and literally we just drank the whole time. Like I was like, I could not keep up. They're just wild, just drinkers, gang, like like you get wasted. When you're 18, you get drunk with a bunch of like, and you get super wasted. It's like that. I'm like, man, we're like old people. Like, how do you do this?
Really?
Like I feel so, I still feel so. I felt for two days, like Saturday, Sunday, felt like horrible the whole time. I'm like, this is horrible. But I had so much fun. I had like a blast. We're having like I love drinking. You know what I mean? And any excuse to like let loose. I'm like, hey, why not? Let's do this. It's like guilt-free drinking. And what
But
the
it's
hell did we
insane.
do?
You're drinking with your
Oh,
parents-in-law.
yeah. 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 They're
Such
fun.
a
They're just loose and make jokes and yeah.
it seems to me like an odd thing to do to drink with your parents-in-law. For me, I've always been professional
Yeah.
with my parents-in-law. I'm not gonna get drunk and
Mhm.
possibly say the N-word or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's terrifying the idea of
Well,
getting
yeah.
drunk with
Well,
your
we don't.
in-laws. You get horny with your fiance. It's weird.
Well, I guess it's because we have more practice. You know how like it's like think of like any sort of practice or some sort of let's say a hobby. When you first start building model airplanes, you're not that good. You're gonna say the N word or whatever, and like you're gonna. But with drinking, you're like, you're still you, but you're like, whoa, but you're still you. You're not gonna drop all that crazy shit. You're not gonna drop it.
I think I say this. That's hilarious, by the way. I think I say this because every time I've gotten drunk with people my age.
Mm,
You know,
mhm.
so the idea of getting drunk with, I'm gonna say adults, but I mean we're adults too. But your in-laws,
Yeah,
they're adults.
yeah,
When
yeah.
every girl I dated, I always tried to impress her parents. Like,
Hmm.
hey, look, I'm a
Yeah,
great guy. You should be happy I'm dating your daughter. But I guess you're past that point now. You
yeah.
don't care about their opinion or whatever.
Well, the first time I met them was at that music festival, right? And that's the biggest drunken
Mm.
maniac party, and so I'm learning. Well, I've learned that like so there's like let's say you watch an English TV show, right? And it's about a British family, let's say. That's what and they go out and they drink beers, and then the friend comes over and they get wasted, and the house is filled with that's what actual like English life is like. It's just the mom is getting wasted with the son, and then the it's all just like wacky. Like no, there's no lines. It's like as long it's like you start young and then you die young, but then like you're civil when you drink. Like you go to a pub like around the corner, there's this really really nice pub, beautiful, it's fucking amazing. It's like it looks like it's for like on the inside of a like a ornate ship, but inside there's like an 80-year-old man There's like a guy with a monocle. Then there's like a bunch of 21-year-old girls drinking tequila. There's like a dog. It's like a mix mash of like different people all under the same roof. So it's like, and then like a guy's son would come in like, hey, Billy, come down, sit down with me. And then he's like, I gotta go to another party. Oh, I love ya. It's very like open. It's like, you know?
So the young people still go to pubs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 19-year-olds. Like you see, like 18, and then the pubs close early. The pubs close at 11:30, and then if you're young, you'll go to like a club or a bar that closes till 2 or 3. You know, but typically you'll
Okay.
pre-drink at a yeah. But a lot of
And
pubs
the
also have like dance floors.
Ah, and like the old people can, like, let's say you, let's say, well, no, you're still young. Let's say me, I'm like, or older than me. Let's say I'm 45. Can I still go to a club? Is it like in a club? Is it also like people in their 50s and people in their 20s?
I'm guessing in London here there's like student bars and clubs, so I don't know about that. But in London there's probably like tons. You could London anything goes. You'll see like a man and a man holding hands in London. Here none of that
so
here,
funny.
no. But Claire's mom was like, "You're cool," because like I spoke. There's this really nice like I didn't show you a picture of it, but I've been doing shows at this little. It's like this little music venue that's like so nice. It's like so cool. It's like one side is like kind of like this really hip like punk glam rock like mix between, it's like super like cool, all these cool posters, and then the owner of the bar is like this amazing musician and he's so cool. And I've been going there, just walking by and just not even stopping in, just like because they all hang out outside, and so I'm just go by, I talk to them for like 10-20 minutes, then I go on my way. But I'm going there and the guy like is like, hey, come on in. And then like there was like this event going on, right? And I was like, oh, and I told Claire's parents and Claire, I'm like, oh, we got to go to this place. This place is so cool. And I knew Claire's dad would like it because he loves like rock music and loves punk music. He grew up like in the 80s listening to. And so there's an event going on, and the bouncer was like, nah, man, you can't go in. There's an event. I'm like, oh, can't we just come in for a drink? And then the guy's like, and then he goes to the owner and he's like, these guys, and the guy sees me. He's like, oh, come on in. So I got him into the thing, and then we're drinking, and then I was talking to them, and I was like, we both look cool chatting. And then Claire's mom was like, you're cool. And I'm like, I'm not cool. But like in this moment, I thought I felt cool because everyone's so nerdy. Everyone's and I stand out, you know, like I have long hair and I'm like, have a beard. And so like, I felt like, yeah.
You have the
It
accent
was
for
fun.
them.
Yeah, I seem like Tom Cruise, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
You are cool. No, listen, if you're able to get in a bar when the bouncer says no, and you said, and the owner was like, yeah, let him in, he's cool. That's cool, dude. I bet you
Yeah,
got laid that
I
night.
feel cool.
Claire looks more like her mom or her dad.
It's like a mix. I don't know. Very, very. It's like a mix. It's hard to tell, because Claire's dad is like bald and like really like so it's hard to tell.
I look like her dad. There's a resemblance. Like out of
Yeah, a
shape.
little bit.
If her dad was out of shape, he would be me.
So at yesterday there was, because I've been trying. I performed on was it Monday? Yeah, I performed the Monday, and then on Tuesday I thought I saw open mic at the venue down the road, but it was a poetry night. So I was like, oh, that's weird. So I go in, I'm like immediately like extremely anxious. I'm like, poetry night, they're gonna hate my guts. I expected like, you know, like goths like looking in their notebook and they're like my like all like, you know,
And the audience
torn.
members, they're
Yeah,
snapping their fingers.
yeah. And I go in and it's just all just normal people, like all like mix of ages. There's like 18-year-olds, 15-year-olds, there's like 48-year-olds, 60-year-olds, and they're all normal, all dressed normal. They look like just you or me, you know? And I'm like, oh, okay. And all the poems people were doing were like hilarious. I was like, this is like stand up. Like you guys are doing just stand up. It's like, and it was just, I could. It's just like a guy would go on stage and be like, "Oh, this is my first time reading poetry," and it was like the most hilarious shit I heard. I was like, "The hell!" Like you guys are all just naturally so funny. He's like, "Oh, I just thought of these ideas," and I'm like, "God damn, you guys are." I was like, "Oh," and then I started feeling extra nervous because like then they're gonna introduce me. I was like, "Oh, we have a comedian," and I was like, "Oh god," it just sounds so cringy when like everyone was just not even trying to be funny and they're hilarious, and I'm trying to be funny.
Trying to be funny.
So I
Yeah.
go on, yeah, and I go on, and I kill. I was like, "Oh, this is so nice." Everyone's like just so friendly, and everyone's like, "Bah!" And I was like, "Oh, sick." And then I got off stage, and then I was just like hanging with the bartender, and the bartender was like, "That was good, my man." Like he was all cool. It was just like I felt like a very cool this weekend.
You've been having a cool weekend, dude. Go ahead. I'm happy for you. That's nice.
Yeah. And then
Soon,
everybody
soon.
after the show was like, yeah. Yeah, and this is funny. Everyone after the show was like, "Oh man," when they said a comedian was coming on stage, we were like, "God, this is gonna be horrible. This is gonna be terrible." But thank God you were funny, and especially you just moved here. And if you just moved here and you went on and embarrassed yourself, it would have been horrible. You would have. They were like telling me you wouldn't have not been able to walk around, and I'm like, I wouldn't have been that embarrassed. I just would have been like, well, I won't go in this
Yeah,
bar
they
for
don't.
like 2 months.
Yeah, they don't know about bombing. They don't know that we're used to bomb, and it just happens.
Yeah,
You can't bomb
yeah. You're just like, yeah.
as a poet. What's bombing as a poet?
It's true.
Somebody dies. Like
Yeah,
what's the
silence.
equivalent? But that's
Yeah, you're
it's
used
it's
to
a poem. You're not supposed to react. If it's funny, okay, they'll laugh. But if they don't laugh, it's a poem. You keep reading. There's no timing. You're reading a paper or whatever. They don't
Yeah,
know.
I
What
know.
other jobs have bombing? Let's see here. Well, I don't know.
Oh, I wonder.
Soldiers, I guess. But no, that's not. Like what other jobs has a bombing aspect to it?
That's hilarious. Maybe like surgery. Like you're like, I bombed.
Like
You
you're
just
cutting
go,
and then
you know.
Hachoo! And then you chop an artery and you're like, oh.
Oh,
Point, 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 point.
Yeah,
Surgery?
you
Yeah,
want the
I
light,
guess.
you're like, yeah. You
No, I
get
don't
banned
think-
from the nest after botching the surgery.
What else? What else? Okay, so let's see here. So yeah, maybe surgery. You can bomb a surgery. But what? You're gonna blame the audience? You're gonna blame the sick guy? Like the patient?
No, really, if you bomb, you gotta blame yourself. You
Yeah.
just blame yourself. You're like, I sucked.
Yeah, you can't do crowd work. So, what do you do for a living? Beep. The guy's flatline. The guy's flatlining.
That's funny.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. What other job can you like have a bomb?
Maybe like a pilot. You could like that's a real bad one. Like you could, like bombing as in
Oh,
you're
I
doing
mean,
bad
all
at your
j-
job and it affects.
I mean, all jobs you can have a bad day for sure. For sure, every
Yeah.
job. Yeah. No. If you think about it, having a bad day, every job can have a bad day. I'm talking about bombing where.
Yeah.
Like you're doing the same thing you've always done and it's not working. That's what I mean by bombing. Like you do a joke,
Okay.
like you have a joke that works, right? You do it,
Yeah.
it works, and then one day it stopped working. There's no other jobs.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah,
no
I
other
wonder.
jobs
I
where
don't
you have
know.
the same.
I guess-
That's the thing that blows my mind.
Yeah, that is true. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're just good at
Like
the
you're a
guitar,
mathematician.
it'll sound good every single time.
Yeah, exactly. Let's say you're a
Yeah.
mathematician. 5 + 5 = 10 every day. You
Yeah,
know?
every day.
But
It's
I'll
true.
give you an
But-
example.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe as a musician you can bomb, like you're playing the songs and you're just not connecting with the crowd. Yeah, I guess it's you're staying in
Yeah.
the performative art, circle. So funny. So I have a new joke, right, about having the the internet guy come to my house and having to route the cable
Mhm.
behind my stove, and me saying like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's such a vulnerable place. I would prefer to show." So I did that joke like 2,
Yeah.
3 times. Perfect. And then I went to Ottawa last weekend and I do it And they're like, nah, we're not gonna laugh. I'm like, okay. And like, then I did another joke about my
they don't have
asshole.
internet?
I should have said that. That would have been a great way to save the show. That's why aren't you in Canada to help me write that joke, Gabe? God damn it. Yeah. Then I did another joke about my ass. Another joke about my. And then the owner of the club goes to me and he's like, "You should write more jokes about your." I'm like, oh, like as a joke, as being sarcastic. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
It's funny. It took me some time to understand that he was being sarcastic, which makes it even more like, oh, god dang it.
It's funny. The first time you're like, "Sir, yes, sir," and then you're like, "Sir," and you're like, "Wait a minute." Yes, sir. Oh.
I don't know why I decided to put all my jokes because I was hosting. I don't know why I decided to put all my jokes in the same 5 minutes, because usually I sprinkle my throughout my set.
Yeah.
But now I'm asshole. I'm like, oh yeah, and they're like, oof. Plus it was Friday. You know what I'm learning? There's a difference between a Friday crowd and a Saturday crowd.
Okay.
The Saturday crowd, they're already disconnected from their slave job. You know, like their slave identity, their job identity. They're disconnected from their job identity. Where, it's Saturday. I'm back to being Gabriel again. I'm not a accountant. I'm not a worker for the government. I'm a human being, and I'm gonna go drink and laugh. Friday, they just finished work like 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
And then they decided to go out. So their brain has not fully disconnected from the office.
Yeah.
Healed.
Yeah,
that's a good word.
That's
so I have.
true.
So I'm like, okay, so I have to be next time. I'm gonna have to be extra. Maybe leave my at home. How about that? Maybe not bring my so early, dude. It's so crazy, especially
anal only on Saturday.
Yeah, Anal Saturdays. That should be the name of the next show I produce. Anal Saturday. Let's go. Dude, it's crazy, especially when you do shows in Ottawa. There's so many people who work for the government. And you're doing crowd work, you're hosting. So like, oh, what do you do? I can't say. Okay. What domain? It's confidential. I'm like, okay, this is going to be rough. I mean, the show was fine. They just didn't, it was like a B minus. The second show, the Saturday show, it was A+. I killed it. But the owner wasn't there on Saturday, so it just saw me do so-so on Friday. So
that's fine. He trusts you. He likes you, that guy.
Yeah, I like him too, man. I'm blessed. I am truly blessed. Gives me great advice.
Yeah. I did a show on last Thursday, and it was pretty far. Like, it was in London, but it was past. Remember, I sent you a video. I was like, oh, I'm in Camden. But I just went to the Camden just because I was like, oh, let's go to Camden. And it's like a 30-minute walk outside of Camden. And it's like this little, just random neighborhood, just so small and random. I'm like, this is London too? Like, all of a sudden there's like houses. I'm like, and then it's like you go in the basement of this pub, and it's like, this is weird. Like, it's like a death den. Like, like it looked exactly like in Pulp Fiction. Like that den, like looked like that. It's just disgusting. I was like, and then there was like all these chairs. I'm like, there's no way they're gonna use all these chairs. And it's like a small space, but it fit like 50 people in like a really small space. Every seat was filled. Yeah, and it was so cool. And I met all these comics there hanging out. Everyone's like, just started talking to everybody, and the show was fun. And yeah, I think the best way to get booked is just go to the show, be funny, and then just talk to everybody, and then get booked on another show and another show, and everybody just has a show. I was like, oh, okay, shit. Like,
you should have your own show, man.
I should run a show. I want to run it at that venue. I would love at that venue. The one the hot
the
box.
glam punk rock.
That
yeah,
venue.
the place where the guy loves you. Does he already have a comedy show there?
He does, but I'm hoping to be like, but it's like the guy the guy who runs the comedy show, I saw online, like he doesn't live in he doesn't live in the city, this area, and he's just taking it because apparently the woman who ran it before ditched it and they needed a host or something, and the guy said, okay, fine, I'll take it over. But he runs already shows in London, so if this guy doesn't like need an extra show, it, you know.
Try to take a night, man. See what night is the comedy show?
It's Monday night. It's monthly though, but I went to it last time to watch it just for a bit. It was packed. They have like a dedicated audience that comes every month, you know, and it was like if the place fits maybe 70 people or maybe less.
Wow.
Maybe like 50
And people pay. People pay to come watch that show.
Yeah, the people pay. Yeah, like £10. Wow. Between £7
Whoa.
and £10. Yeah.
So the guy is making, let's say, £500 on that show.
Shit, yeah. Yeah,
and does he pay the comics?
I don't know. He said I'm booked in March, and he gave me. It wasn't a lot. It was probably like I think £15 or something, which is like a $25 a Canadian. I think
that's good.
Or something
okay,
like that,
so it's
or,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're getting something. If the guy's getting paid that much, you're getting something. That's nice.
Yeah. So
tell him, hey man, I live down the street.
Yeah,
I live down the street. I'd love to come.
Actually,
I'd love to host it. You know, if you need a co-producer or whatever, or start your own night on a different Monday. He's gonna hate you, but who cares?
It's true. Like, you look at a guy and you're like, he's like, when a guy's like fat, but he looks stupid and fat. Like there's some smart fat looking guys, and there's like dumb fat looking guys. He looks like a dumb fat looking guy. So.
Hey, is he British?
Yeah.
You see, British people, our advantage is that even if they're dumb, with their accent, they look they sound kind of smart. So that's a British privilege, where you can be dumb but you're eloquently dumb.
Depends where. There's some English guys. They sound like I describe them as geezers. They're like hello, and they say like instead of saying three, they go three things. They don't use T's and H's. They use F's.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, they sound like
Amy used to
sweeps.
say that. Amy used to say free. I'm like, it's three. She's like, whatever.
Weird.
It's bollocks. She didn't say that. But in my mind, hello, governor. It's bollocks. I need 3 points, please.
Bollocks.
I'm so sick, Gabe. I'm so tired of being sick, man. I'm so tired of being sick. You have no idea. Because
it's springtime
here's the
here,
thing.
man.
You're lucky.
Go on.
Because here's why it sucks to be sick. Because I'm not. They say that everything is important until you get sick, and all of a sudden, you realize the most important thing is your health. You heard that expression before? Yeah. That works if you're really sick. Like, I know I have just the flu or COVID. I know this is all I have. So now I'm worried about my health, and why isn't this club answering my message? Why is my bank account? Why is this festival not so I wish I was more sick so that I don't care about anything else. But no, I'm just sick enough that everything bothers me.
Like when people they get hit by a car, or like they get cancer and they start a GoFundMe, right? And it's like raise $25,000 instead of like a GoFundMe. Just be like, just give me just for laughs, and then I'll be fine. I'll be cured. That's my GoFundMe. Just give me that. I guess that's make a wish kid. I guess, but you're an adult at that point. You can't do that. Hey, that's funny. Make a wish kid for a kid is GoFundMe.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, except that you have adult dreams like just $10,000. That's I don't want to meet Batman. I just need $10,000 to pay my student loans or whatever.
Yeah. I don't need to meet Batman. That's funny.
I don't want to meet John Cena. I don't care about John Cena. Can I Can I go see a dentist? Can I get like $2,000 to get a crown fixed?
Imagine like you're a kid and you're like, my only dream is to see Batman, and then like you get Michael Keaton, and you're like, who the hell are you? You know, who the hell? And like I was expecting
dad's
Robert
Batman.
Pattinson or something. Yeah. He's like, hey
Who the
kid.
hell is
He's old.
Bat Old Man? This is Bat Old Man.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Batman? What, sir? What the hell, man? Who's the ultimate Batman?
No, I didn't
for you?
ask for. Sorry, I was
Sorry,
gonna
yeah.
say I didn't. I was that joke because I couldn't remember the name of the butler because he mistaken him for the butler because he's old. I can't remember. I can't remember the name of the butler or the actor that played the butler.
Jeeves?
Michael Caine. Michael Caine. Okay.
Michael Caine. Michael Caine. Michael
Yeah,
Caine.
Michael Caine. Ultimate
it's
Batman
crazy.
is Heath Ledger. Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. I would say, yeah, there's no bigger Batman than Christian Bale. It's like James
Yeah.
Bond.
He's best.
Pierce Brosnan for the longest time was the ultimate James Bond, especially for me. But now
Yeah.
it's Daniel Craig. Is it Daniel Craig? No.
Yeah,
Daniels?
Daniel Craig. Yeah, he's the one in my head now because I just
Yeah.
It's funny. There was the what's it called? The James Bond video game in the 90s, right? That was really huge, GoldenEye. It was like one of the biggest games ever on the Nintendo 64. It like sold 20 million copies, and it was the Pierce Brosnan not Batman, just fucking this up. This is going to be a good
Bond.
reel. It was
Start again.
it was the Pierce Brosnan. Wait, I'm just going to edit around it. It was the Pierce Brosnan James Bond, and then I'm like, and then they said on the new Xbox, like, we're remaking GoldenEye for Xbox 360, and I'm like, yeah, and they remade it with Daniel Craig, and I'm like, he wasn't around in the 90s. Why are you doing it with it? Like they put him in GoldenEye, even though Pierce Brosnan was in GoldenEye, because they made a game out of the movie GoldenEye. It doesn't make any sense. It's like. No, they're not. It's like putting it you're mixing up actors. It's so stupid. You can tell like a Japanese guy made it because he doesn't know the difference between these two guys.
You know, like we say, all Asian people look alike. For them, all white people look alike. Daniel Craig, Pierce Brosnan, same guy with the round eyes. Ha ha ha. Yeah, same. Oh, that's so funny.
They go like, oh. And you know, we stretch them out. They make theirs small. They're like,
like they have a software when they're creating their characters. They're like, how round do you want the eyes to be? So like normal, and then you're like, whoa. Wow, that's a lot of racists in one reel. Yeah, the good thing about being sick is that I'm getting a preview of the end of my life. And the end of my life, there's going to be a lot of scrolling reels on my deathbed. That's what I'm going to do till I die. That's the future, man. That's what's going to happen. You too, da buddy. You too. What do you do when you're sick and you just lie down and you scroll on your phone, yeah? And that's what you're gonna do when you're gonna get old.
Till I'm dead. I'm just gonna be, yeah.
Maybe we're a different generation then, but that's what's gonna happen, man. I'm like, oh, this is. If you're gonna visit an infirmary in the year, I don't know, 2060, it's gonna be all our people our age on their phone because this, you know how sick you have to be though you can't do this anymore or this. You have to be very sick to not be able to do this. This doesn't require a lot of energy or brain power, really. So it's going to be, I see it. I close my eyes and I see just hundreds of beds with people in their 80s or 90s or hundreds. And they're like, just scrolling, watching reels. And then you hear the phone just fall on the guy's head. That's how you know he's dead. He's like, he's dead.
That's crazy.
Cancel his Instagram account.
You think Will the Apple people give like donate the iPhones, or like will Apple stock then skyrocket even higher because all the nursing homes have to buy iPhones?
It will
Who
be a
knows?
medical device.
Oh
It will be a
yeah,
medical
yeah.
device iPhone with soft edges so it doesn't hurt when it falls. Because old people, they won't be able to get the transplant. Their brains and skulls are too old
Mm,
to drill and put a
yeah,
implant. So we're gonna be stuck on the old school scrolling.
yeah,
The
yeah,
young people, they're just gonna
yeah.
blink.
Like yeah, I'm already there.
Just gonna blink to switch reels. So yeah, it's been. I'm not gonna lie to you, Gabe. It's been quite depressing. Quite a
Yeah.
depressing couple of weeks. It's my third week being sick, dude. Quite depressing. I can't work. I can't do comedy. It's like I did
Oh, it's that
comedies
bad?
Friday.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. I did comedies Friday. I did comedy Saturday. I headline a show on Sunday. I shouldn't. Honestly, I should have noticed. Because in my mind, I'm like, there's no way I'm sick again. I was already sick. I'm not going to get sick. It's impossible
Mm-hmm.
to catch a cold a second
Yeah.
time or the flu a second time.
Twice.
It's impossible. So I'm like, no, no, no. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
tired because I drove from Ottawa. So I slept the whole day on Sunday. And then I went and I headlined. I did 32 or 35 minutes in Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic show. Oh my God, so hot. When you get on stage, you get magical energy. And so I was like doing very well.
Mm-hmm.
But then I come home and then, dude, just crash. I spoke with
Yeah.
my friend
That
who had the
sucks.
same effects as me. He's like, yeah, I feel it too. I think here's my theory. I think I had the flu and then I had COVID. It's either that or I have some type of lung infection or whatever, and I need
Ooh.
antibiotics. We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah. Damn. When's the last time you've been to the doctor? Is it like internet doctor or like real doctor?
I'm not getting. I'm not getting a prescription for Rogaine. No, it's a real doctor. I have to go to a clinic. Maybe he'll take a chest. What do you call it? X-ray.
Okay. Yeah. Is he gonna
But it feels
take the
good to
cum out of your
talk to you. So
chest?
maybe you're my cure, buddy. It feels good to talk
Yeah.
to you.
Maybe. Damn. We've been taking these. Well, actually, no. Just yesterday, before our show, we had time, so we went on a nice walk. We live like not too far from like the countryside, like just by walking. Like you walk half an hour, you're basically in the country. Walking down this beautiful like country road, and there's meadows and fields. It's so peaceful. Like
What's
I
a
like the
meadow?
mix of. I don't know. I think it's like an Italian, like Italian ladies. Isn't it like Tony Soprano's daughter's name is Meadow? I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, we were
It's just
there.
one of the words,
We're in
those
New
words
Jersey.
that you like using. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was nice. And then yeah.
it's a
Yeah, I still
highway.
get like excited getting on the train. Yeah, it's a
Yeah?
I getting on the train to London is always so exciting. It's always like ooh, and then you're in London. You're like, because the train drops me right in the middle of London, like just like bang in the middle, like, and it's all everyone's like, blah, 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 thousands of people all just running around train station. I'm like, and then you're trying to figure out where you're gonna get, and it's just like so confusing. Still, I'm like, now I'm kind of understanding. Like, okay, if I want to go here, I'll take this line. I don't need to look at my phone as much. Like, I kind of know which trains I need to take now, which is good. Like, I'm running
You're
up and
becoming a
down
local.
platforms. I'm hopping slowly,
I,
slowly.
I
It
keep.
is so
Yeah.
so much. Like,
Dude, I want to ask you a favor. Can you do me a favor?
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
So you know how much I love bagels, right? You know, I love bagels.
yeah.
So I found out there's a place in London that makes bagels but calls them something else like bagels
Oh,
or
like
bagel.
Beigel.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Apparently they put like corned beef in it or something. I'm like,
Yes.
man,
It's.
I
I've
sent you
had
two
it.
videos of it. Yeah. You've had it?
I've had it like many, like the first time I came to London, and the second time, and then I brought Claire. Dude, it's great. It's so good. It's basically
Yeah?
like kind of like a smoked meat, but bagel, but it's like a thick, like block of like just corned beef with like you can get it decked out with like cheese and mayo and like all so good. It's amazing.
Because I have a
Yeah, I
theory.
love it.
I have a theory, and I've discussed this with my Jewish friends, that bagels and smoked meat, it's too much. It's too much to combine both. It's like it's combining two. It's like you take something excellent and something excellent, and you put them together, and all of a sudden it's too much. Because they're both thick and heavy.
Yeah.
But apparently, my Samson was like, no, dude, smoked meat and bagels. It's an amazing combination. I'm like, oh. And then I saw the thing in London, so it's great. You highly recommend. I was hoping you'd make a video about it. I'm not gonna lie.
Thing is, it's so popular, that place. Like it's like already humongous. Like there's lines down the block,
Yeah.
So it would be me in line waiting. Yeah. It's so popular. I did discover a few like cool Polish places, but
if you want to give me a present, say this video is for Amr. I want you to go review that.
Okay, fine.
I want the hangry guy to make me a video.
Yeah, sure. It's
for
my. Okay.
I might find out tomorrow that I'm dying, so you don't have a lot of time.
All right, maybe this weekend. I'll go this weekend. I don't think I'm gonna go. Where am I going to London next? Yeah, I'm going this Friday. Maybe I'll go this Friday.
Oh, what are you doing Friday?
I'm gonna show this Friday. I have a set. I'm doing a set somewhere in
on a
Shoreditch.
Friday.
Oh, actually, there's comedy everywhere. There's just like
wow.
I don't even know what the show is. It's in a nice venue though. I sent a video. It's really nice. They didn't say if I'm getting paid. It's just so like I don't know if I'm getting paid. I'm just gonna go there. I don't even know what's gonna happen. Just going.
Friday show.
They're very loose sometimes. It's like, oh yeah, come do a show. I'm like, okay. It's like here's the address of the date. They don't do Facebook groups here, or anything. They just say just come.
Oh. How do you find out about shows?
And if you don't come, then it's like
you must know a guy who knows a guy.
They have like sorry, they don't know. They don't have like message message groups. Like they don't really do that, or they'll have like one big group for the club, like a big WhatsApp group. And I joined one for like this comedy club, and they say, "Oh, we have like last minute spots. Who wants to come do spots?" And then people go like me, and then like 500 names come up, and I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm 1 minute too late," like and like Jesus Christ. So they do that. But yeah, I got like.
Oh, I'm happy for you, man. A spot on a Friday. That's exciting. It's nice.
Yeah. Oh, I'm stoked. Yeah, I'm really enjoying doing comedy here. It's fun. It's so much variety. It's like so much like different comedians, and everyone's like, I'll meet a dude and he's like funny, and then I'll talk to him after and he's like, I want to kill myself. I'm like, okay, I'm not talking to you.
What did he say? I don't what?
I'm talking.
What does he say?
I hate my life. He'd be like, I hate my life. I want to die. And I'm like, okay, I'm not talking to this guy. And I'll talk to like a guy that's slightly happier. I talked to one like this kid. He's like the Harrison of like London. He's like this small little, like when Harrison first started, he was like 18 and he was like really super funny, but he looks like a little girl. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then so many different weird groups, and everyone's so many. I don't know. It's hard to wrap my head. Yeah.
How's the talent?
So many clubs. It's good. It's just that I ran into some really funny people, but they're always like running off to another show, So I'd be like, I'll do my set and I'll stick around, and they'd be like, nice meeting you. I'm going off to another show. I'm like, oh, okay, see ya. And I'll try to get their Instagram really quick, shit like that. I did meet a dude. He like ran like, I know I did a show, and this dude was like, oh, come do my show. I run a show Thursday and Friday. And then, I might be doing 2 shows on Friday then. I can't remember. Or
wow.
There's like the show next to the show. Like, yeah.
It's
hard to.
You should
just
know.
People. I actually have to use my calendar now.
It's good. Finally, the calendar. I bought a calendar.
Yeah.
It's on my wall too.
Oh, nice.
You should know. Louis C.K. is if you go to louisck.com, he's back on tour. I bought tickets for Montreal in October. I'm going to see him.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool.
So you should check. I'm pretty sure you
that's
can buy
amazing.
pre-sale tickets in the UK.
I think he's coming in 2026 here.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. It's
Anyways,
like
the pre-sales are
April
out if you want to get
2026
good
or
tickets.
some
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The tickets are out. If you want to buy
I got
yourself
his
some
email.
good tickets, now's the time.
Okay. Yeah. I might do it. I might do it.
I bought
might
4
do it.
tickets. Me, my brother, Guillaume, and Joel. We're going to be
Oh,
5th
cool.
row or 6th row. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
I think we're 7th row, dead center. You have Louis C.K.'s balls in my face. I can't wait. And 2 rows in front of
that's
me,
amazing. Oh.
it's going to be Hadi, his wife, and his parents. And I'm looking, there's so many
Really?
people who bought tickets. It's going to be the whole Montreal comedy scene. Well, the cool one is coming.
That's cool.
to go see Louis.
It's all gonna be a bunch of cool dudes.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Just with the hard-ons. Like, Louis. Well, hopefully, if I'm still alive, if I'm not dead, I'll get to see Louis in Montreal. What's happening in British news?
Man, I have not been following any news at all. What have I been following? There's nothing. There's no news here. Every news is like just good news. It's all good news, man. No, I don't know. I don't watch the news. There's no I guess Reddit. I follow news on Reddit, but it's all American news. It's all like Elon. It's all Trump. That's all the news is now. Elon and Trump. He's just
even in British Reddit, they talk about America. Man, America is their king. America is the king.
Yeah.
It's the most popular person at school. It's America.
Yeah. Yeah, big time. Yeah, I was in at the show yesterday. Everyone was like, "Oh, you're Canadian, so you must know everything about America." I'm like, "Well, sorta, not really." And then all they want to talk about is Trump and Elon and Gaza and Israel, and I'm like, I'm not I'm not Tom Brokaw, you know, like I'm not like some news anchor. I don't know anything about the news. Like all I have is like what you know, the reels of like Elon ditching his kid, and then the other angle of Elon actually being nice to his kid. You know, you seen that video where Elon's like walking away, and his kid's like, "Daddy, Daddy," and then there's another angle where he actually goes and gets his kid, and so you're like, oh, we almost got Elon. It's like all that shit. So it's just
crazy.
BS.
Since I'm watching a lot of reels lately, since it's all I've been doing, basically 6-7 hours a day, the quality of the reels has been so disappointing. I think there should be a limit of how many reels you watch, just so you watch the best reels, and then that's it. Because you watch like, oh look, Elon is on his son, and you're like, oh, I guess he is, and then you just the other angle, and all of a sudden, no, nothing is happening. There was just a normal human interaction.
Yeah,
it's just, and also you watch videos, you're like, oh, this is interesting. So you're watching, and then you get to a point, and the video ends, and you're like, but you didn't explain what you're supposed to explain. And then you check the comment, you're like, oh, watch the full video on YouTube. I'm like, I hope you die of cancer. I hope anyone who does that dies of horrible cancer, him and his children. This is terrible. I'm not, it's like telling me, it's like you're watching TV and then you say, oh, if you want to know the rest of the story, turn on the radio. I'm not switching technology to get the full story. You include everything in one video or you just don't post it. You asshole. I'm getting angry for nothing. You know what I mean?
No, I get it though. No, I tried to like I'm
Have you seen
watching
these videos?
so much Frasier. I'm just sorry, go on. Which ones?
Have you seen videos where like I don't have energy to explain again. It's okay, forget it. Forget it, Gabe.
But
I don't even know if you were listening.
I saw the Elon one. Yeah,
okay.
I'm the guy that brought up the Elon thing.
No, but like
Yeah,
the
like
videos
there's it's just
where
all
they don't conclude. They don't conclude what they're talking about.
Oh, no. No. I don't get those videos. I get like I told you, it's like a 3D video where it's like a hypothetical situation of like a dog falling out of a window, then landing on a guy's head, and then the narrator sounds like a news anchor, and I'm like, was this real news? And it's like, no, just a guy made up a story about a dog falling on a guy's head. I'm like, and then it goes, and then the woman trying to save the guy got hit by a truck, and then a man who saw this got a heart attack and died, and this is because of this one incident 4 people died. And then I go in the comments and it's like a description for a Tesla, and I'm like, am I in real life? Like, am I like, what am I watching now? Like, is this about light? Like, is this do I have dementia? Like,
Dude, I'm watching so many reels right now that Instagram is starting to show me like the illegal reels. Well, you see a guy get shot
yeah,
or a bus squishing a human and there's like brain matter everywhere.
yeah,
I'm sure,
Yeah,
I'm
I
telling you,
get that.
Instagram is like, I don't know what to send you anymore, man. I'm running out of stuff. Here's death and murder
yeah.
and killing and ugh.
I've been watching
my
ones of
brain is
dogs.
rotting.
Like it's like funny, like funny cat videos, but this is like slightly borderline like abusive dog videos where it's like a dog will like run through a door at full speed and explode the door, and you're like, dude, that dog broke its head for sure. Or like a dog flipping and landing on, like, just playing, and then it flips and lands on a glass table, and it's like, whew, this is intense. It's like it's one thing to show a dead guy, but a hurt dog is way worse. Like, it feels more sad. I'm like, oh, this poor hurt dog, you know?
I don't know if I agree with you on that. I think seeing a guy getting squished by a bus, but that's gonna be us, Gabe.
Yeah.
One day you're gonna be 90 years old in the hospital at hospice.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like, you won't even care if something is AI or not. She's gonna be swiping. It's gonna be robot AI women. Have you seen this, by the way? Right now, sometimes I get clearly fake women, and they're like, "Ew, look at my titties."
Yeah,
And you're like,
yeah.
Oh, you're not real. It's like a
Yeah,
fake
not real.
AI generated OnlyFans model.
Oh, okay. This is my favorite reels I've been getting. It's like POV. You wake up as a person during the Pompeii volcano explosion. It would be like a guy waking up. He's like, "Ah," and he's walking, and then like the volcano explodes, and he's like, "Ah." And then it was that, and then it would be like England, and then it would be like the Renaissance. But then they started making up scenarios. It would be like a fake scenario where it's like, this is what it's like to live in India, and I swear it's just them swimming in shit. And I'm like, dude, this is so racist. It'd be like, and it would be like, I'll look at the account, it'd be like history.com or something. I'm like, it's so racist. My favorite one is what it's like to you wake up as Diddy, and it'd be Diddy surrounded by lube or lotion. It would be like him and like getting arrested, yeah. And then it would be one that's like waking up as LeBron James and he's on the court. It's just like, guy, you could like wake up as anybody now. It's weird. Yeah, it's creepy. It just went from like history to like crazy. Like, yeah.
Yeah, because they found a recipe that works, and they're like, all right, let's it's as if, Gabe,
Let's go
our
crazy.
podcast, we found something that gets us like 6 million views or whatever, and we're like, okay, we
know.
just have to do this thing over and over and over.
Yeah. Over
You
and
saying the
over.
N-word.
Yeah.
Imagine you say the N-word, and then, oh my God, 10 million views,
I don't know.
60,000 new subscribers, and now you have to say the N-word all the time. That's all you do is say the N-word over and over and over. And you're walking down the street like, yo, it's the N-word guy. Hey. It's black people too. They're so happy. Taking photos with you. Like,
I'm with
hey, it's
Obama.
the N-word guy.
I'm like,
Obama was like, hey, this man is the N-word man. Who knows? This is how you're going to get famous, Gabe. Who knows? You need to start dropping the N-word more often.
Yeah, I haven't done. There's no need for it here. I don't see any.
There's not a lot in Chelmsworth. There's no black people in Chelmsworth.
There's like a couple of cool looking dudes, and I never spoke to them. They don't want to speak to me. They just assume I'm like an asshole. Oh, I did speak to one black dude. He was very cool, very nice guy.
Oh, that's nice.
Cool dude.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, when you make the reel for this podcast, don't make the N-word reel. I don't think unless you think it's a good idea. I'll let you decide. But don't make it the opening reel where I have to post it. You know. All right, buddy. Let's cut this. I'm gonna go take a nap. How long have we been recording?
Yeah. On my watch it says an hour, so an hour.
Okay, that should
an
be
hour
enough.
and one.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Gabriel.
Right, sleep well.
Everybody, thank you so much for listening. Come to shows. Go check out Gabe wherever. You should start promoting in case people want to come see you in the UK.
Yeah, eventually I'll get some sort of more details to post, because right now it's like, come to the show. I'm like, okay. I don't know what it is. So eventually I'll be on better shows where everyone will want to come.
Buddy, if there's 30 people in that crowd, that's better than any show you were doing in Montreal. So
That's true. Yeah.
Your career is going well. If you're making 25 pounds a set, I'm not worried about you. All right. I love you, Gabe.
Hell yeah.
I love you, everybody. Tell your friends to listen.
Bye.
Make us
See you
famous.
later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Gabriel's ass bleach brighter than heaven. Amber's been on a watch list since 9/11. Yeah, come and get your laughs on the Good Night Podcast. Yeah. Gotta get paid now.